So let's go ahead and get started. Now, it's pretty powerful. This month you have 2 major arcana cards, and those signify major life changes. And you have 2. And I'm only on every reading pulling 2 of the Power Tarot cards. So June is going to be a huge month for you. First card is the Magician. And if you can read the bottom of it, it says, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. Stand up so I can see that you guys can see this. So you've got the Magician's lamp. Above the Magician, you have the infinity symbol. So this is truly a magical time for you in June. Getting that a lot of you have had a number of life changes recently. You have had things shifting at work. You have had things shifting, some of you with health. You've had things shifting with partnerships, relationships, romantic relationships, family relationships. Some of you have had things shift with your residence, where you live. But I get many of you have had a number of shifts that you have recently undergone. And they're saying that was to clean the slates, to prepare things for you to usher in these new beginnings, to usher in the blessings, the hopes and dreams, your desires. And in June, you have the magical touch. So any new projects that you start, they're going to be successful. Any new adventures, any entrepreneurial adventures, new businesses, they're going to be a success. If you decide to take on a new career, change jobs, change companies, it's going to be a success. For those of you moving into a new relationship with love, it will be a success because you have the power this month to manifest your desires. Now, they're pointing out the moon here. So it's going to be a magical month of manifestation for you all month long. But we do have a new moon on Saturday, June 4th. It's at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So adjust accordingly to your time zone. But that is a very powerful time for you to put together a list of the things that you desire. So if you're wanting a new job, if you're looking for a new partner, a new lover, if you're wanting to move, whatever it is that you desire, whatever your hopes and dreams are, you would benefit from doing a ceremony you can do it. It'll be just as powerful 24 hours after the new moon. So, and your ceremony can be basic. I mean, it doesn't have to be because some people get weirded out by the thought of ceremonies. I did years ago. It totally weirded me out because the way I was raised was very, very strict religious, to even go to a psychic intuitive, I was to believe that I was going to go burn in hell. That's just, how I was raised. So for me years ago to even think about doing a ceremony, I'm like, oh no, I don't do that. I'm not a witch. So don't be weirded out by the thought ceremony. It's literally, because when I do ceremonies, it's not a ceremony. I sit down, and what I find is easiest for people, especially to wrap your heads around, is just sit down with a notepad and some paper and start thinking about the things you want and just write it down. Write down a list of the things that you want. And then when you finish the list, for me, with my beliefs, I say a prayer to God. Now you can change that. In all my readings, I always talk about God and angels because that's what resonates with me. That's my beliefs. But you can replace God with whatever you'd like, whatever you believe the higher power is. So write your list and then ask your higher power, whatever resonates with you, to help you. And then ask the angels, because we all have angels, regardless of our religious affiliation. But ask the higher power, your higher power, for me it's God and the angels, to help you manifest those wishes, those desires, that list. And then just let go and let God. And for you this month, it's going to be magical because they're going to manifest those things. And I mean, you've got the Midas touch, the magic touch all month long. So, don't underestimate yourself. Just stay in the moment, stay positive, follow any intuitive guidance that you're getting along the way. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised how things just magically appear. So be confident and know that all those changes, all those things that have come crashing down, like if you know any traditional tarot, it's like, the Tower card of things crashing down. You've had all these things crash down just simply to clean and clear the canvas for you to create the painting of a lifetime with your life. And it begins now. Because you also have the card New Beginnings, which is Archangel Jeremiah. And if you look at the bottom, it says, starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. And it shows a family, staying in the mountain, looking upward, getting divine guidance and assistance. So this month, you're being called to renew your dedication to whatever your life purpose is and begin anew. So everything you've done is now culminated for you to have this new beginning. So you've gone through all those changes. You've had all those things that weren't for your higher good, that weren't serving you, that for a lot of you were making you miserable. You weren't happy. You had those things fall away. You had them fall away for a reason, because now you're starting a new beginning. And had those things not fallen away, you would have all that stuff in your way, keeping you from moving forward on the path that you desire, which is, your life purpose, where you're destined to go, the things that are going to bring you happiness, joy, confidence. So they're saying a lot of you have already received like a lot of intuitive guidance. You know where you're headed. It even makes sense to you why the things have fallen apart. So trust and move forward fearlessly. Now, for some of you, you're not happy that all these things fell apart. You're not happy that it all happened, it seemed like at one time, like what in the world is going on. But they're reassuring you it happened for a reason. They're bringing you your hopes and dreams now. You just need to focus on what those hopes and dreams are that you want and move forward fearlessly. And if you're having trouble figuring out what that is, getting that clarity, figuring out, okay, what is my purpose? You took away, God, these things I thought were for me, these things I thought I should be doing, and now I'm kind of lost. I don't know where to go from here. They're saying, listen to your intuition. Go outdoors. So you'll find if you take a walk outdoors, you'll get clarity. If you start contemplating things you're wondering about, you'll find that the answers just come to you. And then if the answers still aren't coming to you, call an intuitive and get some help, because then they can tap in to help you get that divine guidance that you're seeking, so you know how and where to move forward. Because you are embarking on new beginnings this month. It is a magical time for you. It's pretty exciting. Next card is take your time making this decision, because it's huge. It's a game changer. It's big. You don't want to just jump into it and realize, oh, my bad. Can you make this crash down now so I can start over, get a do-over? So take your time. Really know that that's what you want. And know that that's what you want before you start trying to manifest it. Because say you're having a bad day at work, and you're like, because maybe there's a few of you that things haven't completely finished clearing in order for you to move forward. So say you come home from work and you're just like, I can't stand working there anymore. I can't stand those people. I've got to get out of there. Well, lo and behold, because maybe you've not gotten intuitive guidance clearly, you're not aware that what's best for you is to change departments into a position where you're going to be moved up into a manager, director position. You're going to get a pay increase. You're going to stay with the same company, but you're going to be promoted. You're going to be rewarded for all your hard work. But you're just so mad. You come home from work one day and you're just like, I've had it. I'm sick of this. I'm out. And you just decide, okay, Nicole said I'm a magician in June. I quit. I'm out of here. And, or you sit down and write a list. You're like, I want out of this company because I'm tired of being here and this is what I want. But it's just because it was an emotional bad day. But now you've set the wheels in motion for you to leave that company, and everything happens for a reason. You'll find a new beginning somewhere else. But if you would have taken a little time to think about it, listen to some intuitive guidance, and not really jumped into it, then you'd be like, wow, I'm now making $20,000 more. And now I love all my people that I work with because I'm in a new department and life is amazing. So just take your time. You're being encouraged to take your time. Don't jump into anything haphazardly. There is a prayer on the bottom. It says, Archangel Michael, please help me stay strong and relaxed as I approach this situation. Remind me to detach and step back, allowing me the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. My puppy's nibbling on my feet. I'm going to try to edit these videos. We'll see how well that works. I was having some technical difficulties, which is why this is going to be posted on the 2nd or 3rd of June, because Mercury retrograde still has us in its grasp. But I'm going to try to edit them, and maybe you'll be able to see what these little dogs of mine look like that are always wanting to have themselves featured in your videos. Now, top row was just general, you know, what the angels want you to know about this month. Bottom row is about love. And the first card you have is attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Okay, so for some of you, with the things that, you know, came down and came to an ending, for some of you it was a relationship. But it was a relationship with someone who wasn't making you happy. They were even making you doubt yourself, making you feel you weren't worthy of love, and made you even become critical of yourself, and it really took away your power. So this is a month for you to step back into your power, to remember how amazing you are, to get back to a place of joy and happiness, so you can attract that new love to your life. And by the law of attraction, when we are in a place of joy and happiness, then we draw things to us, versus being in a place of loss and longing. Because when we're longing to meet someone, or we're missing someone, we are coming from a place of lack. So what we're telling the universe is, even though we're sitting there and thinking, oh, I'm just so lonely, I don't want to be lonely, please bring me someone to share my life with, I'm so lonely. Well, the universe will often have a hard time depicting, you know, I want someone so I'm not lonely. All the universe hears is lonely. I'm lonely. So you continue to be lonely. I know, and it's a hard concept to grasp, but like if you look at things and people, you'll find people who don't want to be in a relationship with someone. They just have, you know, if you've got and I'll use female as an example, because usually the ladies are looking for someone to be in a long-term committed relationship, usually. So we'll use that as an example. So, you know, you say you've got a friend where she's single, she doesn't want to be in a relationship, but men just flock to her because she just doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's just enjoying life. She's out, she's smelling roses, she's having fun, she's enjoying life. But it's that when you're out enjoying yourself, you're enjoying the moment, you're enjoying life, you don't have any stress, you're not straining to find someone, you're not pushing to find someone, you're not coming from a place of lack, you're not coming from a place of loss, you're just happy and blissful. And that attracts people to you by law of attraction. And that's why they'll just have men flocking from everywhere to come to their side. So in June, you're encouraged, for those of you that are looking for a relationship, you will be successful in manifesting a new love. You just need to change your mindset. Go do things that make you happy. Go do things that you enjoy. Now the next card, and this is another one, don't worry people that are in a relationship, they've got a little something for you here at the end. But this is another card for the singles. So if this were upright, and so that you guys can read it, it is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, but it's reversed. And they wanted it to be read reversed. So typically this card is talking about, you know, people staying open-minded because, you know, their soulmate's different from what they normally expect. You know, so say they have a type and, you know, they won't even consider anyone. So say their type is brown eyes, black hair. They won't consider anyone that doesn't have brown eyes, black hair. And they want someone that's 6 foot tall. 6 foot tall, brown eyes, black hair. But let's say they meet someone that's 5'4", blonde hair, green eyes. They won't even consider them because that's not their type. That's what the card typically means upright. Now, in reverse, what they're saying is that there's some of you that are out there that are single, but because you've been looking so long and you've been struggling so hard to find someone, that it's almost like you'll just take anyone that's got a heartbeat, if they've got a pulse and they've got a job and they're breathing, you will take them. So you're not putting any expectations. So you're not putting together what it is that you want. So they're encouraging you to think about what do you want in a partner? Don't just take anything that comes your way, because you deserve better than that. You deserve the best. So you need to take the time to decide what is the best for me? What will make me happiest? What do I need in a partner? Do I need someone who's going to give me free time and space because, I'm someone who's in my 30s or 40s and I need someone that's going to do their thing and I do my thing, so we meet in the middle? Or do I need someone that's going to spend 80% of their time with me because that's, my language of love? What is it that you need? And do I want someone who likes to go and do activities all the time? Do I want somebody that's a homebody? Find someone that's going to be compatible for you. Put your list together on the new moon of what is the type of person that would completely complement you. Like, if you're thinking as big as possible for this new beginning, what is your dream boat? What's your dream boat man? What's your dream boat woman? What would they embody? What characteristics would they have? So that they would be the perfect match for you. And sit down on the new moon and write that down. Here are the qualities, the characteristics, the things that I'm looking for, the partner of a lifetime to begin this journey together with. Here's what they would have. Write the list on the new moon. Let go, let God. Turn it over to them. But don't just take anyone that comes your way, because it's just going to leave you unhappy in the end, and it's going to waste your time, and it's could potentially have you miss out on something magical with a person that's better suited for you. And the last card that we have is Speak the Language of Love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. And if you can see here, you've got two kids embraced. What flower are they holding? A flower with a little dragon on it. But it's emanating light. And light is love. Jesus was light. He was love. They've got their arms around each other. So what they're saying is, so there's a little bird here. Some of you are in a marriage or you're in a long-term committed relationship, and it's not been going well. As you've had all these changes and these things going on around you, there's been some conflict, and it's caused a lot of strain on your relationship. And what they're saying is that in order to turn around and shift that relationship around, to have a new beginning in your relationship, and what they're saying is like that bird is signifying a robin, and robins signify new beginnings. So they're saying to shift your perspective to something that's positive, because a positive attitude is going to work wonders for your love life. It's going to work wonders for you and for them, and for those of you with kids, your whole family. Because when things aren't going well with you and your spouse, your kids feel that. Even if you don't argue in front of them, they feel the tension. They know something's wrong. So they're encouraging you this month to shift your mindset to a positive attitude. Allow yourself to express positive, loving words. And when you're talking to someone or about someone, only use wholesome, loving, caring, kind, considerate words. And do that for them and you. Because like some of you, I'm getting a sense that some of you are like in a habit of, because life's just been a challenging roller coaster for months. And it's because just been going through all these changes. And you've kind of gotten into a habit of maybe saying, oh, I'm just a mess. Everything with me is just a mess. Don't be in the habit of that, because words hold power. So you're not a mess. You change your words to, oh, things have just been changing, evolving for the better. Things are changing, opening up for blessings to come into my life. You know, the old is coming out so I can have new coming. Just, you know, change your perspective. Put a positive perspective on it. And what you'll notice is it will bring positive things into your life. And especially with your lover, your spouse, your partner. Be more loving toward them. And you'll find that when you share words that are loving with them, you'll notice a quick, very drastic shift in your relationship. So you'll no longer be glaring at each other when you're leaving for work in the morning. Instead, you'll be giving each other a kiss and a hug and wishing each other to have a good day. But it all just starts with speaking with love. And then from there, you can plan a trip, take a little outing for the day, take a little holiday long weekend. But first, foundationally, start speaking to them and to yourself with love, because that will totally shift it around for you.